Epictetus was born a slave and died a free man in every sense that mattered, because he understood one truth. Freedom is not the absence of limits, it is mastery within them. Wealth, he said, consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. In 1904, a Japanese woman named Hanimo Toko built a system that, without ever naming Epictetus, obeyed him exactly. She called it Kakeibo, the household ledger, not an app, not a spreadsheet, a notebook, used the way a philosopher uses a journal, to examine a life daily, honestly, without flinching. This is Stoic economics. The Stoics built their entire practice around one skill, attention. Marcus Aurelius wrote to himself every night, forcing his own mind into the light. Most people never do this with money. A tap of a card, a click on a screen, the transaction vanishes before the mind can examine it. There is no attention, only reflex. Kakeibo restores that attention. When you must write $6 coffee by hand, the mind is forced to pause, the same pause Epictetus demanded before every reaction. Is this within my control? Is it necessary? That pause is the whole discipline. The Stoics practiced what the Pythagoreans before them called an evening examination, reviewing the day's choices before sleep. Kakeibo asks you to do the same once a month before a coin is spent. What comes in? What will I set apart? What must I pay regardless? Where did my reason fail me last month? Most people spend first and examine later, which means they never truly examine at all. The Stoic order reverses this. What comes in minus what is set apart becomes the boundary of what may be spent. Earn $3,000, set aside $500, and that $500 is removed before temptation can reach it. You now live within $2,500, not as punishment, but as the deliberate boundary the Stoics called living according to nature, taking only what is needed and no more. The Stoics divided the world into what is within our power and what is not. Kakeibo divides spending into 4 domains with the same clarity: necessity, food, shelter, the body's true requirements; appetite, comfort, indulgence, impulse. This is the domain the Stoics warned about most: desires that multiply the moment you feed them. Cultivation, books, learning, anything that strengthens judgment. Seneca called this buying time back from ignorance, and it is spending worth defending. Fortune, the sudden repair, the unplanned cost. Even a Stoic accepts that fortune is not fully within his control. Each evening, a few quiet minutes are given to recording where the day's spending fell, not at month's end when memory has already gone cold, but while the choice is still warm enough to be honest about. For the domain of appetite, Kakeibo uses cash, a fixed sum, withdrawn at the month's start, spent only from what remains. When it is gone, it is gone. There is no borrowing against tomorrow's peace for today's comfort. Seneca himself practiced short periods of deliberate poverty, eating simply, sleeping hard, precisely so that scarcity would lose its power over him. The envelope is a smaller version of the same exercise. For anything larger you desire but do not need, you do not act. You write it down and let 30 days pass. Most wanting given time reveals itself as appetite wearing the mask of need, boredom, stress, restlessness. What survives 30 days and still calls to you was reason, not appetite, speaking. At month's end, the ledger is reopened, not for shame, but for the same honest self-audit Marcus Aurelius performed nightly. Where did judgment fail? What triggered it? Fatigue, sorrow, boredom? Once a pattern is named, reason can prepare for it next time. This is how the Stoics believed virtue was built, not by talent, but by repeated deliberate practice. Here is what the Stoics understood that the modern world forgets. A man who earns everything and keeps nothing has no estate at all, one misfortune from ruin, regardless of the number on his paycheck. A man who earns modestly but sets a portion apart, faithfully, month after month, has built the one thing Epictetus called true wealth, the absence of need. For the next 7 days, keep your own ledger. Write down everything you spend, without exception. At week's end, examine what you gave to appetite without a fight. Tell me in the comments, which of the 4 domains cost you the most?